Edge of Infinity, and it's under Shop Smart. It's called Jewel of the Desert.
Shop Smart is one of your alts.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Shop Smart, Shop S Smart.
For a second there, I thought that was going to be the Dimension name. You're like, oh damn, you built a whole shopping center.
No, she's going to take her Endless Eclipse is going to get torn down so that I can make my Army of Darkness build.
Oh, that sounds good. I like the name.
Drawing on the movie?
Oh yeah. But this is another one that just didn't really have any kind of direct inspiration. I was looking when I made this one at tearing down Crowned by Stars then, and this was kind of like to hold that off. But I like this one as it is. It's just another one of those things that's straight, like doodling.
That red sky's kind of ominous.
Yeah, I like the fire sky when I do desert landscapes, just because of what it does for these rocks. It really brings out a lot of rust and blue colors.
Another gorgeous building.
Thank you. I really like doing the big buildings like this. Even if they have no kind of basis in reality. I mean, it just, the one thing I really like about being able to build in a dimension is that you can just do pretty much whatever you want to. It doesn't have to be realistic. It doesn't have to be a house. It doesn't have to be, you know, something that really exists in the real world. I mean, hell, it's a fantasy game. Why not make a fantasy building?
That's a really good way to think about it.
And the fire sky really helps when you have a lot of light like this. It just really helps to bring out a lot of colors and textures. I like the fire sky in some settings. And this is one of them.
I can definitely see why. I love the flooring patterns that you've created.
Thank you. There's a Bravane dome making the foundation for the floors in these. But I thought it was round, but it's not. It's an octagon.
Now, how did you get the ivy up the columns?
A lot of cursing.
Yeah, I can see why.
And then immediately saved the set. It's 31 little flowers twisted and turned so that they wrap around those columns.
Now, when you're saying save the set, that's in Toolbox, correct?
Yes.
It's a lifesaver. I can't imagine having to do certain things again and again and again, and the amount of times you've used it,
Yeah. I
like
would not
the poles and
manually.
stuff.
I would not manually make these little flower columns ever again.
Understandable, completely understandable. I'd be ripping my hair out doing what?
And even finagling with these triangular facades to make them round and line them up. I saved that set too because those are a pain in the butt to line up. So I'm only going to do it once.
Now, if somebody just tuning in wanted to know where do you get toolbox from, where would you point them at?
Curse.com. It has toolbox and dimension tools.
What is the difference between the two?
Dimension Tools is kind of like an updated version of Toolbox. It's the guys over at our Rift Room Dimensions made that one, and they're responsible for maintaining it. It has a lot of updated features that I like. The one thing I cannot figure out how to do is import and export with the damn thing.
Yeah, same here.
There's
But it's really good because you can get things out of your bags, can't you? And say if you want to load a set. What I like
yeah,
about it is it takes the stuff out of the bag for you, so you don't have to line it all up in front of you before you load the set. So it's much easier for that.
yeah. As long as you have it in your bags, it'll pull it and make the set. And then around back is the canal. And I still have a lot of room left in here on my item limit in case I ever want to um, add anything. I've got some expansion room at the back because I'm not, I only used a little bit more than the front half of this dimension.
I've never used this dimension, but I've noticed a couple of times that it kind of does something to the water.
Yeah, it's reflecting the space sky.
It looks really good. I always wondered. I kept thinking, is it cause of the dimension, or is something kind of done to the water to make it look like that?
It depends on the angle of view too, because sometimes it'll take the greenish cast like it's reflecting the fire, and that's what I was going for. But you remember when they broke the water a while back?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And now when they fixed it, it just kind of disregards whatever sky projector you use.
Sorry about that. That talkie part like snuck up on me.
Oh, you're right. But this is pretty much it. I mean, this is another. I like going small now, as opposed to trying to just fill up every inch of the space.
I definitely love the landscaping choice you did with us.
Thank you. I like desert scapes, just because you know we have the materials for them. And it takes a lot fewer of these rocks than it does mossy to kind of make um, grass.
Now, what are some of the types of plants that you used in here?
Ember Isle Overgrown Gardens. Uh, those are good ones. Fish those up. Um, some desert succulent groups that are world drops. Um, Reputation cacti. Crafted plants. And just a lot of bushes. Some life flower balls.
Oh, Bridget agrees. The rocks really suit the desert build.
Thank you. No, I do like the way they are with the fire sky, just because it picks out a lot of colors and textures.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5.
And I mean, it is supposed to be like an oasis, so um, that's why there's such an overgrowth here.
It's very well balanced.
Thank you. The next one is going to be a